we're going to make a cup of coffee using our MSR, sorry, MSR burner. Here it is. That's obviously that's a burner, and this is the pump. And I normally keep it connected either to this or connected to the fuel, which is petrol. And it's great because I mean, if you're in really cold conditions and you know your gas bottle can freeze, this doesn't, you know. So, and also it's the same fuel that we put in the motorcycles, so you're never without fuel to do your cooking, etc. So screw that on. I mean, it's not a full demonstration, God, there's lots more to it, but yeah, there's two ways, right? You can, once you pumped it, you can keep the pressure on in the bottle. So you need to build up pressure, and then you can disconnect it like that, keep that separate, and have the pump left in. You know, there's 3 different ways you can disconnect it all. Doesn't really matter. So I've got a bit of tin foil here. What comes with the pack is a windshield as well, but that's down there just to help prevent any of the flammable bits of leaves and stuff to start off. Anyway, so what am I going to do? About 25 pumps, or it's fill up with petrol at the moment, so it shouldn't need too much. And with these burners, with an all fuel burners, you need to prime it first. So this whole thing here needs to be preheated before it's going to work. Sometimes you're not very successful because it's not heated enough. But anyway, it's fairly warm, so it's not got a really cold start. Anyway, you turn the tap on a little bit until you can start hearing the petrol run down, and you want to, and maybe about 3-4 mil of fuel. Right, it's starting to come, but I had to open it quite a bit to do it. So, way too much. I prefer, instead of using a lighter, something Helen bought me on my trip last year to Turkey, which came in very handy. It's one of these lighters. Let's get the right end. See, produces a spark. So that's it. Job done. No need to get your hands burnt. Yeah, be careful with my trousers. Fucking hell! Anyway, so we let it burn for a little while, but before the flame goes, you need to turn it on. Otherwise, you're going to have to let it cool down and restart over again. So it's about judging the right amount of fuel to bring into the bottom there. So I'm going to turn it on in a minute. Well, now, don't use it until you've got a nice blue flame. It's starting to now. If it's not blue, then give it a bit more gusto in the pump. And the great thing about these, God, it don't take long to boil your water. It really doesn't. A gas one would probably take about 3 or 4 times as long. So Helen's going to bring a coffee out here, and we'll sit down and have a fag here. This is a different view. So that's the old village just there. I hope she's going to be quick. It's going to be boiled in a minute. Yeah, gas takes a long time, but you can simmer. With this one, I didn't bother with the extra expense, because I can't remember whether this one's called the International or what, but you can't, it's very difficult to simmer if you were, but we've just been boiling water up to now. And it also takes a little while when you switch it off. Hello, bonjour. Yeah, it takes a little while to boil down, so yeah, and that's it. Unfortunately, if you want a quick pack up and go, you can. So you're gonna have to let it cool down. But anyway, that's the price you pay for having something that boils very quickly, never freezes, and you've always got fuel on you. Always got fuel. Great. You ain't got to worry about going into shops and stuff. Just go to a fuel station, and there's always loads of them. Ideal. If I wanted to simmer and we got another pan like this, there'd be a way of doing it. Turn it down as low as you can, but maybe have some water in there, a bit like when you steam, you know, that type of thing. Yeah. I got people walking by wondering why I'm talking to myself, because I am at the moment. Yeah. So we're sitting outside that old little village, which is quite interesting. And I think the reason it was left deserted was just the same as any other village that goes under, or town or whatever. You know, it used to be an agricultural area, then it became dry, not enough water, so they moved. Some people might have moved to cities, you know, all the usual. So, but then a newer town eventually was built around it. I think that's just common or all around the world anyway, where you have an old town or an old part of the city. And but you know, some people still living in there, you know, without electricity, without I mean, that's not such an issue unless you're a YouTuber and you need bloody powering up all the time. But yeah, there's no running water or anything for them, I don't think. That's probably all died. But yeah, we still found a few people living in there. Yeah. Anyway, Madam's coming with the coffee.